on do not particularly listen to their player-based community on a lot of the issues that are going on in the game. Now, this game was created back in 2019. It is a battle royale. I have been an avid player since 2019, and since then I have noticed there's been one particular problem that the player-based community has been complaining about to the creators since day one, and that is the server issues. I am joined by my friend and longtime player, Jay. He is also known as Paid Actor. Jay, how do you feel that EA and Respawn handles when the community complains about their server connection issues and everything else that's problems with the game?
Oh, well, I don't really believe that they've done anything immediate to solve those issues. It's been, was it like about 2 or maybe less than 2 years with the game, and they just they don't respond to it. They don't at all. I think one of the biggest things that I noticed recently was when the season launched and they had that issue with the current event where some of the rare and root drops were happening at a higher rate, and instead of addressing the serious server issues that was happening in the patch, they made sure to patch up the loot issue and nothing else.
Right, and that comes with, like, do you think, like, them just wanting money at that point? Because instead of fixing the server issues that we've been complaining about for the whole time that this game has been out, they immediately fix what's making them money. And it is a free game, but in the Apex game in itself, a lot of this stuff costs a lot of actual money to spend.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a thing that they don't have an incentive to do realistically. The game functions more or less well most times, but there are a lot of issues where you play the game and you don't hear anything. Or they're there and then they're not there. They jump in and out of your field of view.
Yeah, and like when we play ranked, so like ranked is just basically a more competitive version of the game that we're playing now. And when you have bad connection issues with ranked and you want to play competitively, you realistically can't because you're what's known as lag, right?
Exactly. Playing ranked with the server is at its worst, or not even at its worst, but when it's acting up, it's quite unplayable, especially when what you're looking for is an experience that really tailors to skill base.
Right, and I feel more like they should be addressing these problems more so because it's all over their social media platforms. You go on their Twitter, you go on their Instagram, you go on their Facebook. If you go on anything Apex Legends and you go in the comment, even if they're posting a completely irrelevant post like, hey, look at this new skin that came out for this character, the connections are always fix the servers. So what do you think that Respawn could start doing to show that they're actually listening to their community?
Well, the first thing is actually listen to their community.
I totally agree. Yeah, with that, like, I think they need to show at least something. Maybe put out a tweet or a post saying, "Hey, listen, we know it's been like we've been ignoring you. We know like we haven't been the greatest. Maybe."
Well, definitely some like PR things would be nice.
Some PR things, right? And even the Apex devs, I remember we were talking about this before. How they even said themselves how the community is toxic and we don't want to listen to them. Meanwhile, all we're doing is realistically complaining about the problems we're having in their game.
Yeah.
So I don't see the whole issue with just at least showing some love to people that spend money on the game.
Yeah. No.
So
I think the biggest thing is that, like I was saying earlier, there just isn't the incentive to do it. The game, they feel, plays well enough for a certain amount of time that it just doesn't matter to them to do it. The business model is microtransactions, so as long as you're still getting microtransactions for the people who really love the game, and I love the game. It's a great game when it works. when it doesn't, and it is often enough that it's a problem.
Yeah, like I said, we've been playing since probably like close to day one, and I feel like all they really care about are these microtransactions. Now, microtransactions, there's a currency in the game called Apex coins, and you would spend actual money, your actual money, to get these Apex coins, and they could cost up to $100 for the bare minimum of Apex coins. And it seems more so that they care about that, spending money in game, than actually fixing the game in itself, which is really a shame. Because if with me and you who have been playing, this is one of the only games that we play. You know, we met a lot of people through this. I met you through this game. I don't even know what you look like in real life. You know, I just know that like I just met you through the game. So it's like that the community in itself is all together with everything except for Respawn, who's just blatantly ignoring us.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. Because it's that I can't really say it's anything else but them blatantly ignoring the community.
Yeah, we're talking about a billion-dollar company that is just more so putting out there that they do not care, and I think that's really what the biggest downside of this is. I feel it like because this is what brings me like some joy in my life at the end of the day, like playing this game, hopping on, having fun. But if I can't play to the best of my abilities, what am I gonna do? It's like playing baseball with a 30-pound weighted ball. It's not gonna be the same.
Yeah, no.
And then the umpire going, well, you got to do it.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those things where it puts you at a disadvantage when it's not working, and you know, I don't really see it being something that they'll fix in the near future.
Yeah, I see it just being a constant carousel where it's just going to be the same things, and we're going to just be hoping that they actually do it.
Yeah, no, they only ever fix it to the degree that it works, at a rate that people aren't vehemently like complaining about, and it doesn't affect their money. You know?
Yeah, they keep teasing us, which is just, I mean, nothing more to say, but it is what it is. But that is all the time that we have today. Hopefully, if you have any more questions, you can ask me after the class. But I appreciate your time, and I will be seeing you later.